Have you ever wondered why your view of the world shifts so much day to day? It's your secret inner code at work, woven constantly from your thoughts and feelings. This powerful code acts like invisible glasses, coloring everything you see and shaping your entire experience. It often runs unnoticed, quietly directing your reality. But what if you could learn its language? This audiobook invites you to explore your inner landscape. Discover how to finally read the patterns inside you, understand their impact, and even learn simple, practical ways to gently rewrite parts of your code for more clarity, kindness, and joy. Chapter 1: What's this code stuff? Imagine you woke up this morning, and the sun was shining super bright. You felt bouncy and happy. Maybe you even hummed a little tune. When you walked outside, you noticed the pretty flowers, the birds singing, and waved at your neighbor. Everything seemed bright and friendly. Now, imagine you woke up feeling grumpy. Maybe your favorite toy was broken, or you didn't sleep well. The sun might still be shining, but it doesn't feel bright, it just feels too bright. The flowers? Just plants. The birds? A bit noisy. Your neighbor? You might not even see them, or you might just frown. The world outside didn't really change in those two stories, did it? The sun was the sun, the flowers were the flowers. What changed was something inside you. It was the mix of your thoughts and feelings. Think of it like this: deep inside you, there's something like a secret code. It's not numbers or letters like computer code. It's made of all the thoughts you think and all the feelings you feel. It's always running, always buzzing, even when you're not paying attention. This code is like special glasses you wear that change how you see everything. If your inner code is happy and bright, the world outside looks happy and bright too. If your inner code is cloudy or grumpy, the world outside can seem cloudy and grumpy, even if it's sunny. This isn't magic, though it can feel like it sometimes. It's how your amazing brain and heart work together. Your thoughts send messages, and your feelings are like the energy that goes with them. When you think happy thoughts, your body feels lighter, and you notice more happy things around you. When you think worried thoughts, your body might feel tight, and you might notice more things to worry about. This inner code is with you all the time. When you are playing a game, it's there. When you are eating dinner, it's there. When you are listening to a story, it's there. It's like your own personal radio station playing inside your head. Sometimes it plays cheerful, peppy music. Sometimes it plays slow, sad music. Sometimes it's just static or noise. Learning about this inner code is the first step to understanding how you can feel more in charge of your own world. You see, while you can't always control everything that happens outside you, like the weather or what someone else does, you can learn to understand and gently work with the code inside you. This code is powerful because it changes the lens through which you see everything. It changes what you notice, how you react, and how you feel about what's happening. Many smart people who study brains and feelings, and wise people from old stories, have learned about this. They saw that people who focused on being thankful seemed to find more things to be thankful for. People who expected good things often found good things happening. It wasn't because they zapped the world with a magic wand, it was because their inner code, their thoughts and feelings, made them see and find the good things. Think about wanting a new toy. If your inner code is, "I'll never get it, it's impossible," you might feel sad and not even bother looking for ways to earn money or tell someone you really want it. But if your inner code is, "Wow, that toy is cool. I wonder how I could get it," you might start noticing ways to help around the house or ideas for saving your allowance. The toy didn't change, but your inner code opened up possibilities you couldn't see before. It's like your mind is a special filter. If your filter is set to problems, you'll see lots of problems. If it's set to opportunities, or kindness, you'll start seeing those instead. This filter is controlled by your inner code, your thoughts and feelings. Learning to notice this code is like learning a secret superpower. It doesn't mean you'll never feel sad or grumpy. Those feelings are part of everyone's code sometimes. But it means you don't have to be stuck with a grumpy code if you don't want to be. You can learn to understand it and, little by little, choose to tune your radio station to a different channel. Getting to know your code starts with simply noticing it. You don't have to change anything yet. Just become a friendly detective of your own inner world. What thoughts are loudest today? What feeling is visiting you most right now? Is it excitement, worry, calm, or something else? Just notice, like watching clouds float by. Our thoughts and feelings create our inner code, and this code shapes how we experience the world. This code is always working, quietly shaping your reality. But what does it mean for reality to fold? Chapter 1, What's this code stuff? Imagine you woke up this morning, and the sun was shining super bright. You felt bouncy and happy. Maybe you even hummed a little tune. When you walked outside, you noticed the pretty flowers, the birds singing, and waved at your neighbor. Everything seemed bright and friendly. Now, imagine you woke up feeling grumpy. Maybe your favorite toy was broken, or you didn't sleep well. The sun might still be shining, but it doesn't feel bright, it just feels too bright. The flowers? Just plants. The birds? A bit noisy. Your neighbor? You might not even see them, or you might just frown. The world outside didn't really change in those two stories, did it? The sun was the sun, the flowers were the flowers. What changed was something inside you. It was the mix of your thoughts and feelings. Think of it like this, deep inside you, there's something like a secret code. It's not numbers or letters like computer code. It's made of all the thoughts you think and all the feelings you feel. It's always running, always buzzing, even when you're not paying attention. This code is like special glasses you wear that change how you see everything. If your inner code is happy and bright, the world outside looks happy and bright too. If your inner code is cloudy or grumpy, the world outside can seem cloudy and grumpy, even if it's sunny. This isn't magic, though it can feel like it sometimes. It's how your amazing brain and heart work together. Your thoughts send messages, and your feelings are like the energy that goes with them. When you think happy thoughts, your body feels lighter, and you notice more happy things around you. When you think worried thoughts, your body might feel tight, and you might notice more things to worry about. This inner code is with you all the time. When you are playing a game, it's there. When you are eating dinner, it's there. When you are listening to a story, it's there. It's like your own personal radio station playing inside your head. Sometimes it plays cheerful, peppy music. Sometimes it plays slow, sad music. Sometimes it's just static or noise. Learning about this inner code is the first step to understanding how you can feel more in charge of your own world. You see, while you can't always control everything that happens outside you, like the weather or what someone else does, you can learn to understand and gently work with the code inside you. This code is powerful because it changes the lens through which you see everything. It changes what you notice, how you react, and how you feel about what's happening. Many smart people who study brains and feelings, and wise people from old stories, have learned about this. They saw that people who focused on being thankful seemed to find more things to be thankful for. People who expected good things often found good things happening. It wasn't because they zapped the world with a magic wand, it was because their inner code, their thoughts and feelings, made them see and find the good things. Think about wanting a new toy. If your inner code is, "I'll never get it, it's impossible," you might feel sad and not even bother looking for ways to earn money or tell someone you really want it. But if your inner code is, "Wow, that toy is cool. I wonder how I could get it," you might start noticing ways to help around the house or ideas for saving your allowance. The toy didn't change, but your inner code opened up possibilities you couldn't see before. It's like your mind is a special filter. If your filter is set to problems, you'll see lots of problems. If it's set to opportunities, or kindness, you'll start seeing those instead. This filter is controlled by your inner code, your thoughts and feelings. Learning to notice this code is like learning a secret superpower. It doesn't mean you'll never feel sad or grumpy. Those feelings are part of everyone's code sometimes. But it means you don't have to be stuck with a grumpy code if you don't want to be. You can learn to understand it and, little by little, choose to tune your radio station to a different channel. Getting to know your code starts with simply noticing it. You don't have to change anything yet. Just become a friendly detective of your own inner world. What thoughts are loudest today? What feeling is visiting you most right now? Is it excitement, worry, calm, or something else? Just notice, like watching clouds float by. Our thoughts and feelings create our inner code, and this code shapes how we experience the world. This code is always working, quietly shaping your reality. But what does it mean for reality to fold? Chapter 2, Your Inner Mirror. Have you ever really wanted something? Maybe a bright red kite, or a specific type of shiny rock. Before you wanted it, you probably didn't think about it much. But once you wanted it, did you suddenly start seeing red kites flying everywhere? Did you notice shiny rocks on every path? It feels like suddenly the world is full of the very thing you're thinking about. Were they always there? Mostly, yes. But something inside you changed, and that made you start noticing them. Your inner code, the mix of your thoughts and feelings, acted like a mirror, reflecting what was inside by showing you things outside that matched it. Your brain is amazing. It gets tons and tons of information every second: sounds, sights, smells, feelings on your skin. It's too much to pay attention to everything at once. So, your brain has to decide what's important enough to notice. And guess what helps your brain decide? Your inner code. Think of your brain like a busy office. Papers are flying everywhere. Your inner code is like the boss who says, "Okay, everyone. Today, we are looking for red kites." Highlight any paper with "red kite" on it. Ignore the papers about clouds or grass unless they have a red kite nearby. So, if your inner code is set to worry, your brain's office starts looking for things to worry about. You might notice potential problems, read worried expressions on people's faces, or hear news that sounds scary. The world outside didn't magically become more dangerous, but your inner filter is highlighting everything that matches your worry code. It's like you're wearing glasses that make all the potential problems jump out at you. But if your inner code is set to curiosity about, say, cool bugs, your brain's office starts looking for bugs. Suddenly, you might notice tiny ants marching, a colorful beetle on a leaf, or a spider spinning a web. These things were likely there before, but your inner code directed your attention to them. It's like your inner mirror showed you the bug part of the world. This is what we mean when we say your inner world shapes your outer world. It's not that you are magically changing trees into ice cream cones by thinking about them. It's that your inner state, your thoughts and feelings, your code, changes what your brain notices and focuses on in the reality that's already there. It feels like reality is folding or changing instantly because your experience of it does change instantly when your focus shifts. When you were feeling grumpy, you noticed the loud birds. When you were happy, you noticed the singing birds. Same birds, different experience, because your inner code was different. This mirror effect is happening all the time. If you're feeling grateful, you'll probably notice kind things people do or simple good things like a warm blanket. If you're feeling annoyed, you'll likely notice things that bug you: someone chewing loudly, a messy room, a long wait. Your brain uses your inner code like a filter to decide what to notice in the world around you. Understanding this is powerful because it means you have a say in what your personal reality feels like most of the time. You can start to gently choose what to shine your inner spotlight on. Think about the color yellow. It's all around, isn't it? Maybe a yellow car, a yellow flower, a yellow sign, a yellow shirt someone is wearing. Most of the time, you don't notice all the yellow things specifically. But if you decide, just for fun, to spend the next hour trying to spot everything yellow, you'll suddenly see yellow everywhere. It's like you told your inner code, "Okay, brain, let's run the Find Yellow Things program," and your brain happily gets to work highlighting yellow for you. This is a simple game, but it shows how powerful your attention is, and how your inner intention, your code, changes what the mirror of the world shows you. You can play this game with anything positive you want to see more of, acts of kindness, things you are thankful for, opportunities to learn, moments of beauty. The world outside is vast and full of everything. Your inner code helps determine which parts of that vast world get highlighted and become your personal experience of reality. Chapter 3, Finding Your Quiet Place. Imagine your mind is like a busy room, or maybe even a bustling street. There are thoughts zipping around like cars, feelings bouncing like balls, and memories popping up like people waving hello. Sometimes it feels really noisy and crowded in there. It can be hard to just sit and feel peaceful when your mind is so full of busy traffic. Maybe you're trying to read a book, but your mind is thinking about the game you played earlier, what's for dinner, that funny cloud you saw, and a million other things all at once. It's like your inner code is running super fast, and you're just being swept along with all of it. You wish you could find a quiet corner inside your own head, a place where you can just be without all the noise. Guess what? That quiet place is always there. It's not a place you have to build or find outside yourself. It's the part of you that can notice all the noise. Think about the busy street again. You are not one of the cars zooming by. You are the person standing gently on the sidewalk, watching the cars go past. You see them, you notice their colors and shapes, but you don't have to jump into every single one and go for a ride. You can just watch. It's the same with your thoughts and feelings, your inner code. They are like the cars on the street, or like clouds floating across the sky. There are big thoughts, little thoughts, fast thoughts, slow thoughts, happy thoughts, worried thoughts. There are bouncy feelings, heavy feelings, warm feelings, prickly feelings. They are all moving and changing. Finding your quiet place is simply learning to be the watcher of these thoughts and feelings. It's learning to stand on the sidewalk of your mind and just notice what's going by, without needing to grab onto it or make it stop. You see the thought, I'm hungry, and you notice it. You see the feeling of excitement, and you notice it. You see the memory of your friend's funny joke, and you notice it. This isn't about making your mind empty. That's super hard, maybe even impossible. Your brain is made for thinking. Thoughts will keep coming, just like cars will keep driving down a busy street. The quiet place isn't the absence of thoughts, it's the space you create by simply watching them. When you just watch, you create a little distance between you and your thoughts. You start to realize, oh, I am not the thought, I'm not good at this. That's just a thought that is visiting right now. Or, okay, that's a feeling of frustration. It's here right now, like a visitor in my body. This simple act of noticing, of being the watcher, is like turning down the volume on the busy street just a little bit. It gives you room to breathe. It gives you room to see what's really in your inner code without being completely controlled by it. It's like sorting laundry. If all your clothes are in one giant, messy pile, your busy thoughts, it's hard to find anything. But if you start gently taking one item at a time and just looking at it, noticing one thought, you start to see what's there. This shirt is blue, these socks are striped, these pants are green. You're not trying to throw any clothes away, not trying to stop thoughts, just seeing what you have. This is the start of understanding your inner code. By watching the thoughts and feelings that pop up, you begin to see patterns. You see which thoughts visit often. You see which feelings show up in certain situations. This understanding is powerful because it helps you know what's making your inner mirror show you certain things in the outer world. So, how do you practice being the watcher and finding this quiet place? It's very simple, and you can do it anytime, anywhere. One way is to simply notice your breath. Your breath is always here, like a quiet anchor. You don't have to change it, just notice it. Feel the air go in, and feel the air go out. Do this gently for just a few breaths. When your mind gets busy with thoughts, which it will, that's okay. Just notice the thoughts, like watching cars, and then gently bring your attention back to your breath. Another way is to notice what your senses are telling you right now. What do you hear? Just listen to the sounds without trying to name them or figure out where they come from. What do you feel? Maybe the chair beneath you, your clothes on your skin. What do you see right in front of you? Just notice shapes and colors. This brings you to the present moment, away from the noisy street of thoughts. You are not your thoughts, you are the person who can notice your thoughts. This simple practice isn't about stopping the code, but about seeing it clearly. And once you see it, you can start to understand how it makes you feel. Chapter 4, Letting Go of Heavy Things. Sometimes, your inner code isn't all sunshine and bright colors. Sometimes, it feels like carrying a big, heavy backpack full of rocks. These rocks are the tough thoughts and feelings that visit us, things like sadness, anger, fear, disappointment, or frustration. Maybe someone was mean to you, or something didn't go your way, and now you feel this tight knot in your stomach, or your shoulders feel slumped. It feels heavy, doesn't it? When these heavy things visit, it's easy to feel stuck. It's like the busy street in your mind from the last chapter suddenly has a traffic jam, and all the cars are honking and nobody can move. You might want to hide under a blanket, or maybe even stomp your feet and yell. These are just different ways the heavy feelings are trying to get your attention. It's really important to know that having these heavy thoughts and feelings is totally, completely normal. Everyone, every single person on the planet, has them sometimes. They are part of being a human with a heart and a mind. But sometimes, we accidentally make these heavy feelings even heavier, or make them stay longer than they need to. How? Often, by trying to pretend they're not there, or by getting mad at ourselves for feeling them. Trying to push a sad feeling away is like trying to hold a big, bouncy beach ball underwater. It takes a lot of energy, and as soon as you let go, boing. It pops right back up, maybe even bigger than before. So, if fighting them doesn't work, what does? Remember how in the last chapter you learned to be the watcher of your thoughts. You can be the watcher of your feelings too. Instead of fighting the heavy feeling, you can gently turn towards it and say, "Oh, hello there, feeling of frustration. I notice you are here." This might sound simple, but it's a powerful act of kindness to yourself. You're not saying you like the feeling, or that you want it to stay. You're just honestly noticing that it's visiting. It's like opening the door for a visitor you weren't expecting. You don't have to make them tea or offer them a bed, but you acknowledge they are standing there. When you can name a feeling, this is sadness, this is a bit of fear, this is annoyance, it's like putting a label on that heavy bag. It helps you see it for what it is, just a feeling, not the whole you. And just like weather, feelings change. A stormy sky doesn't last forever. The sun always comes back. A heavy feeling might feel strong right now, but it will shift and change, especially if you give it a little room to move. How do you give a heavy feeling room to move? There are simple ways to help yourself gently process these tough parts of your inner code. Taking a few slow, deep breaths can help calm the body which is holding the heavy feeling. Imagine breathing in calm, and breathing out the heaviness, just a little bit with each breath. Moving your body can also help. Heavy feelings can feel stuck. Running, jumping, dancing, or even just shaking your arms can help the energy of the feeling move through you. Talking to a trusted grown-up, a parent, teacher, or counselor, about how you feel can be like taking some of the heavy rocks out of your backpack and sharing the load. Writing or drawing about your feelings can also help get them out of your head and heart and onto paper. You can scribble out anger, draw a picture of sadness, or write a story about what happened. These practices aren't magic spells to make the feeling disappear instantly. They are gentle ways to acknowledge the feeling, give it some space, and help it move through you naturally. It's like opening a window when a room feels stuffy, you let some fresh air in and help the old air move out. Difficult feelings are visitors, not permanent residents, and you can learn gentle ways to help them move along. Learning to do this means those heavy parts of your inner code don't get stuck and weigh down your inner mirror. You create space for other parts of the code to shine through. Chapter 5, Writing Your Happy Thought. Remember that time you felt nervous about something? Maybe it was speaking up in class, or trying a new sport, or going to a party where you didn't know everyone. Your inner code might have started buzzing with thoughts like, what if I mess up? What if nobody talks to me? This is too hard. These thoughts felt uncomfortable, didn't they? They made your stomach feel fluttery or your hands feel a bit shaky. But maybe, just maybe, in that moment, you remembered something different. Maybe a friend smiled at you, or a grown-up said, you can do it. Just try your best. Or maybe you remembered a time you did try something new and it was okay. And for a moment, your inner code shifted. A new thought popped up, like, okay, I can try, or, I'll just take one step at a time. And just that one thought made you feel a tiny bit stronger, a little less nervous. That shift, right there, is the superpower we're talking about in this chapter. It's the power to gently choose and write a different kind of code in your mind. We've seen how your thoughts and feelings create your inner code, and how that code acts like a mirror, showing you certain things in the world. Now, it's time to understand that while many thoughts just appear like random cars on the street, you don't have to give a ride to every single one. You can actually decide which thoughts you want to invite in and help grow. Think of your mind like a garden. Thoughts are like seeds that are constantly being sprinkled into the soil. Some seeds are like weeds, they are thoughts that make you feel bad, like, I'm not smart, or, this is impossible. They seem to grow really easily if you're not paying attention. But other seeds are like beautiful flowers, they are thoughts that make you feel good, brave, or hopeful, like, I am learning, or, I can try, or, something good is possible. These flower seeds need a little more care and attention to grow strong. Writing your happy thought isn't about pretending the weed seeds aren't there, or pretending everything is perfect when it's not. It's about noticing the weed seeds and choosing to water the flower seeds instead. It's about finding a thought that feels true enough right now, and that helps you feel a little better or points you in a helpful direction. For example, if you make a mistake, the weed thought might be, I'm so stupid. I always mess up. That thought feels heavy and makes you want to give up, right? A flower thought wouldn't be, I am perfect, because that might not feel true. But a helpful thought could be, oops, I made a mistake. I wonder what I can learn from this, or everyone makes mistakes, that's how we learn. See how those thoughts feel different. They are true, everyone does make mistakes, and you can learn from them. And they help you feel less stuck and more able to try again. If you're feeling lonely, the weed thought might be, nobody likes me. That feels awful. A flower thought could be, I have people who care about me, maybe your family, or one friend, or, I can be a friend to myself, or, I can reach out to someone kind. These thoughts focus on connection and self-kindness, which feels much lighter than the heavy, nobody likes me, thought. Choosing these helpful thoughts takes practice, just like learning to ride a bike or play a sport takes practice. The first time you try, it might feel wobbly or awkward. The old, unhelpful thoughts might pop up really loudly. That's okay. Remember being the watcher. You just notice the old thought, and then gently turn your attention back to the new, helpful thought you want to plant. Every time you choose to focus on a helpful thought, you are like a gardener watering a flower seed. You are helping it grow stronger in your mind. You are actually building new pathways in your brain. The more you think a helpful thought, the easier it is for your brain to think it again next time. This is where the quantum code starts to feel really powerful. By intentionally choosing which thoughts to focus on, you are actively changing your inner code. You are telling your brain what kind of filter to use, what kind of things to highlight in the outer world. If your inner code is buzzing with, I can learn, your inner mirror will start showing you opportunities to learn. If your code is focused on, I am thankful, you'll start noticing all the things to be thankful for. You have the power to choose which thoughts you water and help grow in your mind. It might feel like magic because your experience of reality starts to shift, but it's the amazing, natural power of your own focused mind. Let's try a simple practice. Think of one thing you want to feel or be more often. Maybe you want to feel braver, or happier, or more capable. Now, think of one simple, helpful thought that could help you feel that way. It should be something you can believe, even just a little bit. Maybe it's, I am brave enough to try, or I can find something to smile about, or I can learn anything I put my mind to. Write that thought down if you can. Now, just gently say it to yourself a few times. You can say it in your head or whisper it out loud. Just feel what it feels like to think that thought. Do this a few times today. When an old, unhelpful thought pops up, just notice it, and then gently come back to your chosen helpful thought. This is the beginning of writing your new code. But writing the code is just the first step. Chapter 6, Practicing the Folding Trick. Have you ever really wanted to build something cool? Maybe it was a tall tower out of blocks, or drawing a detailed picture, or learning to do a trick on your scooter. You can sit and think about that tower, picture it perfectly in your mind, and feel excited about it. That's working with your inner code. But does just thinking about it make the tower appear? No way. To build the tower, you have to actually pick up the blocks. You have to place one on top of another. You have to try different shapes and see if they balance. Each time you pick up a block and place it, the tower changes. It grows, it takes shape. You are taking action, and the reality of the tower is folding or appearing step by step, block by block, because of what you are doing. This is the secret ingredient to seeing the world around you change in ways that match your helpful inner code. It's not enough just to think happy or brave thoughts, though that's a super important first step. The real magic, the real folding trick, happens when you pair your helpful inner code with action in the outer world. Your inner code is like the plan or the intention. If your inner code is, I want to be a kind person, that's a wonderful intention. But the world folds with kindness when you actually do something kind. You offer to share your snack, you help someone pick up dropped books, you say a kind word to someone who is sad. These actions based on your kind code create moments of kindness in the world that weren't there before. You are actively participating in making kindness appear. Think about learning to ride a bike. Your inner code might be, I want to ride a bike, followed by a bit of, this looks scary, and, what if I fall? You can practice thinking brave thoughts, I can do this. I'll try my best. But you won't learn until you actually get on the bike, put your feet on the pedals, and try to balance. Each wobbly moment, each push of the pedal, each time you steer the handlebars is an action. And each action helps the reality of you riding a bike to fold into being. The amazing thing is, the actions don't have to be big or perfect. Sometimes, the smallest action is the most powerful step. If you want to have a tidier room, just picking up one toy and putting it away is an action. If you want to learn to play a song on an instrument, practicing one note is an action. If you want to be a good friend, simply offering one smile or saying hello is an action. These small actions are like little nudges to reality. They create tiny changes in the world around you. And when you take action that matches your helpful inner code, something wonderful happens. Your inner mirror starts to show you the results of your actions. If your code is, I am helpful, and you help someone, your inner mirror shows you their smile, their thanks, the problem being solved. This makes you notice the positive effect of your helpfulness. It reinforces your, I am helpful, code, making it stronger. It also makes you notice more opportunities to be helpful. You start seeing little ways you can lend a hand everywhere. If your code is, I can learn this, and you take the action of practicing, your inner mirror shows you the little improvements you make. You notice getting a question right, feeling a bit more confident, understanding something you didn't understand before. This makes your, I can learn this, code stronger and makes you notice more things you can learn. Taking action based on your helpful inner code is how you help your desired reality unfold before you. This is the heart of the folding trick. It's the active participation. It's not just wishing or thinking, it's thinking helpful thoughts and then doing things that match those thoughts. It's like your helpful thought sends a message, and your action is the reply that creates a change in the world. Let's try a simple practice. Think of one helpful thought you practiced in the last chapter, maybe, I can learn, or I can be kind, or I am brave. Now, think of one tiny action you could take today that fits with that thought. Just one very small step. If it's, I can learn, maybe the action is looking up one interesting fact about something. If it's, I can be kind, maybe the action is just thinking one nice thing about someone, or smiling at one person. Choose your one tiny action right now. And then, sometime today, simply do it. Don't worry about doing it perfectly, just do the one small action. Notice what happens when you do. Taking action is key, but sometimes things don't go smoothly, even when you try your best. Chapter 7, When the Code Gets Messy. You've been practicing your helpful thoughts, like, I can learn this, or I am brave. You've been taking small actions, like reading one page or trying one new thing. And maybe you've started to see the world feel a little different, like the reality around you is starting to fold in helpful ways. That's amazing. But what happens when things don't go according to the plan? What happens when you try something new and you mess up? Like, really mess up. You stumble when you're trying to dance, you spill paint all over your picture, you get a math problem completely wrong even after trying. Or maybe you just have a really bad day where everything feels hard, the old heavy feelings come rushing back, and your inner code suddenly feels like a tangled ball of yarn, messy and frustrating. First and most important, this is totally, completely normal. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean the idea of an inner code or helpful thoughts doesn't work. It just means you are learning and you are human. Learning anything new involves making mistakes. Think about learning to walk, you fell down many times before you could walk smoothly. Think about drawing, your first drawings probably weren't perfect, but you kept trying. Mistakes are not failures, they are just steps in the learning process. When your inner code gets messy, it means the old, less helpful thoughts and feelings are visiting very loudly again. Thoughts like, see, I told you I couldn't do it, or, this is too hard, I should just give up, or, I'm no good at this. These thoughts feel heavy, and they can make you want to stop trying altogether. This is when remembering your superpower of being the watcher, from chapter 3, is super important. When the messy code starts buzzing, pause for a moment. Notice the tangled thoughts and heavy feelings without getting completely pulled into them. Okay, you can say to yourself gently, that's the wanting to give up thought visiting. And that's the heavy feeling of frustration in my chest. Just notice it, like watching the cars crash on the busy street for a moment. Then, remember that you don't have to stay tangled. A tangled ball of yarn can be patiently untangled, you don't have to throw away the whole project. You can learn to gently work through the messy parts of your code and keep going. How do you do this? First, be kind to yourself. This is probably the most important part. When you make a mistake or feel like things are falling apart, your inner code might start saying mean things to you. But would you say those mean things to a friend who was trying something new and messed up? No. You'd say, it's okay. Keep trying, or you're doing great. So, talk to yourself like that friend. Tell yourself, it's okay. Mistakes happen. I'm learning. This kindness is like a soft cloth gently starting to untangle the messy code. Second, learn from it. Every mistake or difficult moment is like a clue. It's information. Instead of just feeling bad about the mistake, you can ask yourself, what did I learn from this, or what could I try differently next time? Maybe you learned that stacking blocks too high without a wide base makes the tower fall. Maybe you learned that rushing through math problems leads to silly errors. Learning from the mess helps you untangle the code and write a slightly smarter, more helpful one for next time. Third, don't give up. Just because today was messy doesn't mean tomorrow has to be. The folding of reality happens with consistent effort, not perfect effort. You can always try again. Maybe not the whole big thing right away. Maybe just one tiny step. If the whole dance felt messy, maybe just practice that one tricky step again. If the math problem was wrong, try just one part of it again. Taking that one small action after a setback sends a powerful message to your inner code: I can keep going. This is how you build resilience. Resilience isn't never falling, it's learning how to get back up each time you fall. And each time you choose to be kind to yourself, learn from a mistake, and try again, you are strengthening the most powerful parts of your inner code, the parts that say, I am capable, I am persistent, I can handle challenges. Mistakes and hard days are not signs to stop, they are opportunities to learn and practice being kind and brave with yourself. How you handle the messy moments is a huge part of how your inner code influences your outer reality. If your code tells you to give up when things are hard, your inner mirror will show you reasons why you can't do things. But if your code says, I can learn and try again, your mirror will start showing you paths forward and opportunities to improve, even in the middle of the mess. Here's a simple practice for messy moments: the next time something goes wrong or you feel tangled inside, just pause. Put your hand on your heart or take a deep breath. Notice the messy thoughts and feelings without judgment. Then, quietly say to yourself, it's okay. I'm learning. I can try again. Just those few words can start the untangling process. Bouncing back from messy moments is a key part of making your helpful code a regular, easier part of your life. Chapter 8, Making Good Things Stick. Think about something you do almost every day without even thinking about it. Maybe it's brushing your teeth, or putting on your shoes, or sitting in the same spot at the dinner table. Was it always that easy? Probably not. When you were very little, brushing your teeth might have felt awkward, or tying your shoes seemed impossible. But because you did it over and over again, it became something your body and brain just know how to do. It became a habit. Habits are like automatic programs that run in your brain. Once something is a habit, you don't have to use a lot of energy or think hard to do it. It just happens. And this is wonderful news when you want to make your helpful inner code stronger and have it influence your reality more consistently. You've been practicing noticing your code, letting go of heavy things, choosing helpful thoughts, and taking small actions. That's fantastic effort. Now, the secret to really seeing the folding trick work more often and more steadily is to make these helpful practices stick. It's about turning them into habits, things you do regularly until they feel easy and natural. Imagine you want to create a path through a field of tall grass to a beautiful tree. The first time you walk to the tree, it's a bit of a struggle, the grass is high, and you have to figure out the best way. But if you decide to walk to that tree every single day, following roughly the same route, guess what happens? The grass gets pushed down, a clear path starts to appear, and soon, walking to the tree is easy and quick. Doing your helpful practices regularly is like building these easy paths in your brain for your helpful code to follow. When helpful thinking and helpful actions become habits, they don't feel like something extra you have to do. They just become part of who you are and how you move through the world. Your inner code of kindness, courage, or curiosity becomes the default setting, not just a special program you run sometimes. How do you make good things stick and build these helpful habits? It's simpler than you might think. First, start tiny. Don't try to become perfectly brave or perfectly kind all day, every day, right away. Choose one very small practice. Maybe it's just one deep breath when you feel frustrated. Maybe it's just saying one helpful thought to yourself, I am learning, at the start of your homework. Maybe it's noticing one thing you are thankful for each morning. Make it so small and easy that it feels almost silly not to do it. Second, be consistent. This is the most important ingredient for building habits. Doing something for a long time occasionally isn't as powerful as doing something for a short time every day. Try to do your tiny practice at the same time each day, or connect it to something you already do, like after you finish breakfast, take one deep breath and think one thankful thought. Consistency is like walking the path every day to make it clear. Third, stack your habits. Connect your new tiny practice to a habit you already have. For example, if you always put on your shoes before leaving the house, maybe your new tiny habit is, after my shoes are on, I will think one helpful thought about the day ahead. This uses the old habit as a reminder for the new one. Fourth, celebrate your tiny wins. When you remember to do your small practice, even if it was just one breath or one thought, notice that you did it and feel a little bit good about it. Give yourself a silent cheer. This positive feeling tells your brain, hey, this is worth remembering and doing again. Repeating small, helpful actions and thoughts regularly build strong inner paths that make your helpful code easier to follow. When your helpful code becomes a habit, your inner mirror is consistently set to look for the good, the opportunities, and the possibilities. You will start noticing helpful things automatically. The folding of reality, your experience of the world changing to match your inner state, happens more often and feels more stable, not just in fleeting moments. It's like the sun is shining more consistently on your personal view of the world. For your simple practice this chapter, choose one tiny helpful practice, like one deep breath, one thankful thought, or noticing one specific color, and decide exactly when you will do it each day for the next week. Make it part of your daily routine, even just connected to something else you already do. Focus on doing it consistently, no matter what. If you miss a day, that's okay. Just start again the next day. As these helpful practices become part of your daily rhythm, you'll start to notice how they change what you see and feel in the world around you. Chapter 9, Seeing More, Folds. Remember that big drawing you worked on? Or maybe the time you were saving up for something special, adding coins to a jar. At first, when you were just starting, it might have felt like nothing was really changing. The paper was still mostly empty, the jar still looked pretty empty. It could feel a bit discouraging, like your efforts weren't making much difference. But then, you kept going. You added more lines to the drawing, you kept adding coins to the jar. And one day, you looked, and wow! The picture was starting to look like something real. Or the jar was half full. You saw the progress, the change, the way your effort was making something new fold into reality. And seeing that progress felt exciting and made you want to keep going even more. It's the same with your inner code and the folding trick. You've been doing the work, noticing your thoughts, letting go of heavy feelings, choosing helpful thoughts, taking small actions, and building simple habits. At times, it might have felt like slow going. But if you've been practicing, even just a little bit, things are changing inside you and in your experience of the world. This chapter is about learning to see these changes, these positive folds, in your reality, and celebrating them. Because your inner code is getting stronger in helpful ways, your inner mirror is starting to reflect more helpful and positive things back to you. What do these folds look like? They aren't usually big, loud, dramatic changes like finding a treasure chest or suddenly being able to fly. They are often smaller, quieter, but incredibly powerful shifts in how you feel and what you notice. Maybe you notice that a situation that used to make you feel really nervous now only makes you feel a little bit nervous. That's a fold. Maybe you find yourself noticing kind things other people do more often. That's a fold. Maybe you realize you didn't get stuck in a grumpy mood for as long as you used to. That's a fold. Perhaps you're working on learning something new, and suddenly a problem that felt impossible last week now seems understandable, and you see a way to solve it. That's your inner code of, I can learn, helping your inner mirror show you the solution. That's a fold. Maybe you practiced being kind, your helpful thought and action, and you noticed that someone smiled back at you or said thank you, and that simple interaction brightened your day. That's a fold. You created that moment of connection with your chosen code and action. These folds are the results of your inner work. They are the way your changing inner code is genuinely interacting with the world and shaping your experience of it. It's like the picture is starting to come into focus, or the plant is growing taller, or the jar is getting fuller. It's really important to notice these small positive changes. In our busy lives, it's easy to focus on what's still hard or what went wrong. Remember the messy code from chapter 7? But taking a moment to see the progress, even the tiniest bit, is like giving sunlight and water to your flower seeds. It helps your helpful code grow even stronger. When you see that your effort is making a difference, even a small one, it makes you feel good. This positive feeling encourages you to keep practicing your helpful habits. It creates a wonderful cycle. Helpful inner code plus action equals positive folds, in reality equals noticing folds equals stronger helpful inner code equals more action equals more positive folds. Noticing and celebrating the small ways your helpful inner code is changing your experience helps create even more positive folds in your reality. Learning to spot these folds helps you trust the process. It shows you that the quiet power inside you is real and that you truly can influence your experience of the world. It's not about being perfect, but about seeing the genuine shift that happens when you consistently choose a helpful inner code and back it up with simple actions. Here's a simple practice for this chapter. At the end of your day, maybe before you go to sleep, take just 1 minute. Think back over the day. What was one small good thing that happened? It could be as simple as a tasty snack, seeing a cool cloud shape, or feeling a moment of calm. Or, what was one small step forward you took, even if the rest of the day was messy? Did you try again after a mistake? Did you remember your helpful thought just once? Find one tiny thing. Acknowledge it. Say a quiet thank you to yourself or to the world for that one good thing or that one brave moment. You can even write it down in a notebook if you like. Doing this helps your brain focus on the folds, instead of just the wrinkles. Seeing these changes reminds you that this journey is ongoing. There's always more to learn, more to notice, and more ways to share your growing light. Chapter 10, Sharing Your Light. Have you ever been having a not-so-great day, maybe feeling a bit grumpy or sad, and then someone does something kind for you? Maybe they offered you a piece of candy, or told you a funny joke, or just gave you a friendly smile. And for a moment, just for a moment, that little act of kindness felt like a tiny spark of light that made your day a little bit brighter, didn't it? Or maybe you had a wonderful day, feeling happy and excited, and you shared that feeling with someone else. You showed them a cool thing you made, or told them about something fun that happened, and you saw their face light up too. Sharing your joy or excitement didn't make you feel less happy, it seemed to make the happiness bigger, spreading it around. As you've walked this path of understanding your inner code and learning how to gently work with it to see more positive folds in your reality, something beautiful happens naturally. The more light you cultivate inside yourself, the more kindness, patience, courage, and peace you find, the more you want to share that light with the world around you. Think about lighting a candle. If you use the flame of one candle to light another candle, the first candle's flame doesn't get any smaller. It stays just as bright, and now there are 2 flames, making the whole room brighter. Sharing your inner light works the same way. When you share your kindness or understanding with someone, you don't lose any of your own kindness, it often feels like it grows and makes things brighter for everyone. You can't change someone else's inner code for them. Just like you had to do the work of noticing your own thoughts and choosing helpful ones, everyone has to walk their own path. But you can be like the sun and water for the flower seeds in their garden. By being kind, patient, listening, and sharing your positive energy, you create good conditions for the helpful parts of their code to grow. Simple acts of sharing your light can feel like dropping a pebble into a pond. That small pebble sends out ripples that spread wider and wider, touching many things you might not even see. A kind word to one person might make them feel good enough to be kind to the next person they meet. Sharing a simple idea you learned about handling a messy feeling might help a friend when they are feeling tangled inside. Sharing your light isn't about having all the answers or pretending to be perfect. It's about sharing the journey. It's about remembering what it felt like when your code was messy and offering compassion to others when their code seems messy. It's about sharing the simple tools you found helpful, like the idea of being the watcher, or choosing one helpful thought, or taking a tiny action. When you share your kindness, your understanding, and the light of your helpful inner code with others, it creates new, positive folds in reality that benefit more than just you. It creates moments of connection, trust, and shared brightness. Your positive inner state isn't just changing what your inner mirror shows you, it's gently influencing the space around you, making it a little warmer, a little safer, a little more hopeful for others too. And here's another secret: sharing your light actually makes your own helpful code stronger. When you act from kindness, you feel more kind. When you offer encouragement, you feel more capable of facing challenges yourself. The act of sharing reinforces the very qualities you've been building within yourself. It's a beautiful loop of giving and receiving light. Sharing your kindness, understanding, and the light of your helpful inner code helps make the world a brighter place for everyone. Your journey of understanding and working with your inner code is a gift to yourself, and it is also a gift you can share with the world. Even in small ways, your light makes a difference. For your practice in this final chapter, choose one simple way to share your light today. It could be giving a real, warm smile to everyone you see, saying a genuine thank you to someone who helps you, listening carefully when a friend is talking, helping a grown-up with a small chore at home without being asked, or sharing something you created or enjoyed with someone else. Just choose one small act of sharing your light and do it with a kind heart. Notice how it feels for you, and notice the ripple it creates, however small. You have now walked through the hidden pathways of your own inner world. You've seen that you carry a powerful code within you, and that you have the gentle strength to understand it, work with it, and use it to experience more light and possibility in your life. The folding trick isn't a sudden magic spell, it's the natural way your inner state shapes your outer experience when you approach it with awareness, kindness, and consistent effort. This journey is not finished. It is a path you can continue to walk every day, always learning, always growing, always finding new ways to understand your code and share your light. The greatest magic is the power you have discovered within yourself. Keep exploring it, keep nurturing it, and keep shining brightly.